Hello. Today we're going to be working on this triangle fold or triangle pocket card, which can double as a gift card holder, a money holder, a lottery ticket holder, pictures, whatever it is that is flat that you can place in there. This also has a little pull-out card for your sentiment. Super cute. Great for, like I said, gift card holders this time of year. So this is the featured card that for my monthly card kit for November. And if you participate in that, you know, unfortunately we had a family emergency and I was unable to do the regularly scheduled live. So I'm filming this just to kind of go over how to create the card, giving you another really good look at what the card front should look like. But again, you have all the pieces within your kit, which looks something like this. And the second one is also a holiday inspired card with the trees, the embossed background, and multi-layered pieces. Same card, just a different design. Same thing, pull out sentiment card with a little bit of cuteness right here. Since this was so plain, where the first one I had put some, we're going to put some designer pattern paper, and here is just the back side of this pattern paper. So quick look, that's what it looks like. But instead of doing these live, or not live, doing that during my video, I'm going to talk about the bonus card that I added this month. So if you guys want to do it with me, that's great. You can watch and pause as you're doing each step, or you can watch it through and then go back and look at it. So it's this exact same card, or card design, no, card type, with a different design. So this is, I'm going to be teaching you something a little different, and that's the reason why I wanted to show you this one. So if you want to go ahead and grab your pieces from your card kit and pull out your instruction sheet, which of course I don't have in front of me, which is funny because, oh, here it is right here. And we're just going to go step by step on putting this card together. Now within the card kit, I always include a craft stick. So either use your craft stick or your bone folder and just reinforce the score lines. So do that on all the score lines. Now the triangle piece is going to go up in the inside, and the full sheet is on the outside. Now you look at when I scored that, I hope you can see that it's a little bit off. So make sure you put the edges so they're straight, and then reinforce that score line, just like that. And now what we want to do is, I've already attached some really strong double-sided tape. So I always like to burnish it a little bit before removing it. That makes it a little bit easier to remove, but sometimes they can be a little tricky. So hopefully if you have fingernails, or if not, you may need to get like a pin or something like that. But this one came off pretty easily. So just remove the backing, and all you're going to do is lay it right there. And you can burnish it if you want, never hurts. That was super easy, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this portion. So this is the part that has the pocket. So the back here onto this piece here. So just use whatever adhesive you always use. If you're using like a double-sided adhesive like I am, make sure you get all edges. I know a lot of times when I'm making these cards, I'll tell you, I just put some here and there. This one, you want to make sure you cover, the majority of the piece. I'm not talking you need to go from all of it, but you see, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't tell because it's clear. Well, maybe you can. I did like 3 lines in the middle, and then of course all the way around. And then what you're going to want to do is center and adhere it here. And the tip I always give is put your fingers between what you're putting down, the part of the piece of paper with adhesive, to what you're placing it on. put your fingers there first, kind of eyeball it a little bit before you actually let go of that, and then put it down. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my bone folder and just burnish it again. It's always a good idea just to make sure that all that adhesive really does get in the fibers and it sticks. And there you go. So that is basically the card. And now we're going to decorate. So once we do that, we are going to grab this piece, which is the triangle. Now on the instruction sheet, it actually gives the full rectangle size, but I just included the triangle because that's the only thing we're using. And then that's just gonna go, you're gonna center it and adhere it to the top of the corner. So again, get out your adhesive of choice, and then just put that adhesive all the way. Don't worry, I'm gonna get that corner. Get as close to that corner as you can. You don't want that sticking up. And then again, gonna keep our fingers in the middle or between before we commit. That's good enough for me. And there you go. So that's the inside. And now this is the card that's going to slide in here. So let's just go ahead and put adhesive on the white and then adhere it to the red. Same thing, center, adhere it. Nothing really hard about this one. I kept it blank because I think when I was putting them together, I was just kind of at a loss to what to put inside. But if you have a supply of stamps, you could definitely do the corner like I did on both of these. You know how I put like a little something to decorate it. If you got stickers, anything like that, that would be super cute to just decorate it in there. So like I said, that just slides in. Perfect. And it still allows you room to put a gift card or whatever it is. Like I said, lottery tickets would be great. Cash might be a little hard because cash is longer, and you'd have to fold it, and then it may be too thick, but I'm telling you the recipient will probably be happy about it, so that's okay. So I'm going to pull this out for now just because we're going to be working on the front, and since we're going to be working on the front, I figured may as well put the stamp sentiment and do the same thing. Center it to that red mat. And we'll use this in a minute, but let's just have it prepared. I'll put this up here with that mat. Now, the reason why I really wanted to show you this one was because what's included is, okay, so I have the elf. I know I did 4 different images, and one was a polar bear. Let's see, polar bear, the elf, I want to say a penguin, and maybe Santa. Oh, reindeer. So what I'm going to show you is, and we've done this before, or actually I've done it for you, is this is like a flat image, right? There's nothing, I mean, it's super cute. I mean, I got these images from a website or a blog called The Bearded Housewife, and I'll put that link in the information box. I'll also put a link to my blog because you'll be able to view this on my blog and get better pictures. The reason why I gave you 3 is we're going to make this flat image dimensional. So I didn't include any actual dimensional tape or the foam tape because the cardstock's pretty thick, and I don't want it so thick where, sometimes it can be too bulky when it's too thick, but just layering cardstock on top of each other adds a little bit of depth. So basically what we're going to do, now again, you have different images, so it might be a little confusing, but I think you'll get the idea of it. And this is a great way, like let's say you get like some stickers that, you got 10 stickers of the exact same image. This is a great way to kind of give them a little bit of an updo, I guess. So, let me see, I can find some scissors. My good scissors are packed away, but I also have some other ones. So these are fine. So you're going to look at your image, And we're gonna say, I guess we could lift up, let's say, let's keep the hat in the background, but I'm going to elevate the trim. That's what's going to be the most important thing for me right now. So what I'm going to do on this piece, so this is going to be my main piece. On this piece, I'm going to cut away the hat because, again, we're keeping that as that first layer, right? And just cut it right on those, the outline. So, of course, yours are going to be different because you could look at your image and say, oh, I really want to elevate, the paws or the, whatever. But you want to, whatever you're thinking as that flat level, you're going to cut off. So I'm thinking, I know I want to elevate the hat, but I don't want to just cut off the hat because, again, I'm building layers. So I'm going to keep the hat, but I'm going to remove the ears just because I feel like those would be cute or better in the back as well. So let's just cut off the ears. And if you need help with this, I mean, you guys all have or not all of you, but the people who signed up for my monthly card kit, call me up or ask me, hey, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and adhere it right on top of that. So let's do that. Now, if you felt like you prefer to have this, one more layer with some 3D or some foam tape, and if you've got some, go for it. There's no rules. I just felt like for this learning phase, we were just going to stick with this kind of flat on flat. But you can already tell. I mean, if you look at it, it's got some dimension. So the hat's in the background, the ears are in the background, and we've got, this. So on our third piece, I still kind of want that band to be in my face or a little bit more elevated. So this time I'm actually going to cut out the entire band. I don't even know if that's what it's called. I'm calling it a band, but it might be called something else, but you know what I'm talking about. So this time, because this is the final layer, I'm only going to use the band, or at least for this particular part. I'm going to cut out something else in just a second, and I'll tell you why. So let's cut out the band. I guess you can, this has a little bit of a white border, which is fine because it'll just match what's on that, the base. But if you wanted to trim it off, that works too. Whatever's easier for you. So I'm going to do the band. Put that on there. This might be a good time to use either some liquid glue or even like a glue stick, just because it's a little bit smaller. And sometimes with the double-sided tape, it can get kind of all over. But it's up to you on what you have. So I'm just going to use this liquid glue. Use my favorite tool, which is my fingers. And then add it right on top. Let's try it on top. And you can already see, like I said, isn't that cute? Now, we still have all of him left. I think what I'm going to do, because that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to cut out the hands. And I'm going to have those a little elevated out too. And I think I might do the nose too. Let me see. I'll cut it out and then we'll decide. That little circle must be a thumb. I'm not going to worry about the thumb. We'll let the thumb. That just seems too small to cut. There's one. And there's two. I'm going to cut the nose out again. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. Now the nice thing is, because it's just cardstock on cardstock, it does make a difference, I think, but it's also not so much like, oh my God, it's such a huge difference. So it's just subtle enough to Yeah, I think I am going to do the nose. I'm going to do the nose and the hands. And you know what? I am going to cut off the white part. Like I said, that's up to you. It doesn't, you don't necessarily have to, but I just feel like it seems a little too much. So I'm going to put my liquid glue right on here. I think it'll be easier. Just a thin layer, thin layer, thin layer. And then add those on. I probably should have paid more attention to how this nose was cut out, because I think it is just a little different, but actually it looks cute. So I hope you can see that. I guess it's kind of hard to tell, but you'll look at your own, and it really, you can, I'm trying to see if you can, a good view. Again, it's just enough to give it a little bit of interest. Isn't that cute though? Oh my God, this little Elfie is cute. Now you could just throw away all the rest of your little pieces. But the thing that I wanted to stress is on that second layer, you know, remember I kept the face, pretty much kept everything except for the hat and the ears, because that gives that second layer. So if you would have just cut off this little portion and these little portions, it would have only given you 2 instead of 3 layers by the time you were done. I hope that makes sense to you. But anyhow, isn't that super cute? Okay, I'm gonna put that aside just for a second, because I'm gonna finish up this layer. We're gonna pretty this part up. So I gave you 2 pieces of paper. This is the way I'm looking at it, or I'm thinking it's going to be done. Look at that. He's gonna be right at the edge. We might need to bring that down a little bit. He's going to be right at the edge, and then you're going to have your sign, do not open till Christmas. Right? Isn't that super cute? Now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this all together, but then I'm going to be done. One thing I always say, don't forget to sign the back, because we want people to know that you made this. And I do hope you give them out, because we're making these cards. Let's give them out. Wait till the end. I'll have more pictures, still shots of the finished, this card, or gift card holder, and also the other 2 that we'll be making. So again, if you have any specific questions, or you're just not sure how to layer these things, call me, text me, send me pictures, or, you know, you guys see me, but I know it's really close to Christmas. I wanted to make sure that you guys got this done. All right. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Bye.